You're going to like this. This is called Flowchart, and it's in PowerPoint, and it has some neat features I think you're going to like. Okay, Flowchart allows you to flow an answer into an answer box. Hence this, it's not self-correcting, but it does allow you to do some assessments. Okay, whatever one you click on and you program it to flow in there, and this is done with what's called macros, and that is a form out of Visual Basics and some basic programming, but I give you a shortcut that will allow you to that much easier to make these, and we're going to use these macros for a number of things here in the next few assignments dealing with PowerPoint. So let me take you to where that is. This is the macro slide I will give you, and this slide will need to be attached to any of these that you create. Once you have your program created, I think you can, what I would call, cut the head off. You can delete this slide and the macros will be loaded in your presentation. What I'm going to ask you to do, well, first let me explain here. If you ever want to check, you click this increase decrease. If that works, then you know that you have your macros are working. And there's some settings over here we'll talk about a little bit later. And of course there's always a slot here that you can put the name in if you want to, but I say you can cut this off. Okay, so we'll go to the next one. Now here, again, this is how it flows. I have another one here, and this is more the level I'm going to ask you to do with more choices, a higher level of learning than this back here. I will assume you can make a lower level one like this if you can make this higher level one. Now, how do we do this? Well, one of the things that you're going to want to do is duplicate these slides. You're going to want this macro screen in each one. And so let me just show you here. I'm going to take this last one that I've created. I'm going to duplicate it like this. I'm going to duplicate that slide. And now I'm just going to take these off so I can kind of come back and show you where I got these. Okay. Again, for this exercise, you don't absolutely need the scan button here, but I would leave these in here because you'll need them in the future. So as I will send you the seed, and you will I will send you this slide with one attached, and you will duplicate those slides, and this will all be done with duplication. Okay, here's how we do this. Real simple. A couple steps here. Okay, a couple steps. Now, first of all, you know where I got this, right? I just did a scan of the cell. You know, downloaded a picture. I whited some things out. Gave it some listings. Okay, so first of all, I need the answer box, and that is found under the different shapes, wherever the shapes are, but it has to be out of here. It has to be out of flowcharts. And you can use any of these design out of flowchart, which I always take this one. So I want this. This is where I want my answer to flow, my flowchart. Okay, now where I'm going to put my answers, and I'm going to have 4 choices to pick from. That too comes out of shapes, but this has to be out of action buttons. Has to be out of action buttons. The answer has to go in a flowchart, and this has to come action button. Now you can use any that you want. I like the blank one. Now watch what happens. As soon as I make a box, it's going to want me to link it, and I am going to, this is important, I am going to run the macro. You want to come down here and click on run the macro, and the other ones didn't have this, and not answer. It's important. Not answer 1, 2, or 3, but put answer 1 for this one. Okay, and now I'm going to give another shape, another one from the action buttons. Okay, this one I'm going to link. I'm going to run the macro. This is put answer 2. And you'll find if you don't put the right one, it won't work. And now let's have another one. And this 2 is an action button. And I'll put this one right here. And I'm going to run it and put answer 3. And you got to keep going up numerically. And let's get one more just to see how we like it here. Another action button, we'll put it down here. And this will be put answer 4. Okay. And just for the heck of it, we could say, let's put a 5th one in there just to see if it'll work. Again, I say I want this to be a higher level one because I'm going to assume you can do the lower one. So this is 5. Now, let's come back here and say, I'll put just a little text box in here. Yeah, let's say answer 1. What is A here? So we can say this is a membrane, or this is a ribosome, or nucleus, or we can say, yeah, what's wrong with that thing? Or we can say it is photosynthesis, or algae. Okay, now, as you can imagine, we can fix these up, you know, however we want to do them, and center them, and make them fit our boxes. Like that, of course. Now, the moment of truth, do we have them set? So what is A? And there it flows. Whichever one I select, it flows into there. Now, of course, we can format this also. And we can turn this colors. However you want to do it, you know, you can change this totally once it flows. See, that would be kind of fun also, that this flow is a little different. Okay. And you could make some other links also. Let's see, let's go back to here. On your action button, you could have a sound that's, you could make it self-correcting. Here you can't link it, but you could make it have a sound here that said correct, or whatever you wanted here. Okay, and then you may need an arrow to go to the next one. Okay. Something I needed to show you, for example, on this one, as you boot this up. Let me just back out of this one once. There's a thing when you boot these up you're going to have to remember. When you go to load this, see this box? This is your macro security box, and you may have to make some adjustments to this, but you have to know this. Any time you want this to go, you have to tell it to enable the contents. If it's not enabled, it won't work. You have to enable the contents, and then click OK, and now it's ready to go. Okay. here. Okay. That's how that's going to work. All right. Now, of course, if you wanted to make it self-correcting, go like this, if they select this one, you would have this, or whatever you would have say. But of course, that doesn't allow you for an assessment. If you want to use it for an assessment tool, of course, you wouldn't want that. But if it's a study thing, it would be. And you could link these other, with Word or something like that also. But what I'm going to ask you to do here is create, a 20 lesson, 20 slide lesson for either social studies or science, but something at least at the 5th grade, 5th, 6th, or 7th, 5th through 8th grade, anything in there. And like we've done in the past, Google for those types of curriculums of what's available, and then create a nice a lesson review or something for it. And I want you to have at least 4 choices on your flow charts here. Let's see what else I'm going to tell you. Be creative now. Come up with some nice things that will be fun for kids to work on and stuff. But if you have trouble with it flowing, make sure you let me know. But that's thing. Oh, I know. I was going to say, can you duplicate this? Yes, you should be able to set up a slide like we have in the past, and then duplicate it, and your links and everything should stay the same. You may have to make some adjustments to them, but you can certainly link them differently and move your. And I said 20. Let's make it a 10 slide lesson, because I want to add something else here. Looking forward to seeing what you have.